Toxic masculinity is honestly quite a stupid term as it pertains to any pervasive behavior associated with the male gender. Obviously, the same toxicity can be applied to women as well. Nevertheless, beyond the shadow of a doubt, toxic masculinity, by definition, exists. Over the years, this epidemic appears to be progressively ramping up, largely spurred on by sub 100 IQ, red-pilled influencers such as Andrew Emery Tate, Sneeko, or Aiden Ross. It can be somewhat difficult to understand how clowns such as these can even manage to sustain a platform, especially when online figures such as Andrew Tate are deplatformed due to their exaggeratedly controversial remarks. At first glance, it can be difficult to wrap the mind around. However, upon further analysis, one would realize that no mentally sound adult would take the manosphere seriously. It is safe to say that this content is influencing children first and foremost, in addition to a very vocal minority of man-children. You might be thinking, you yap a lot. It seems like you really enjoy yapping, but I have no attention span, so could you please summarize your point? To answer you, for grown men to listen to some clowns in earnest, this does amount in fanaticism. Of course, you would not want 50% of an adult population cheering some buffoon on. Regardless, fanaticism generally fizzles out eventually. With children, on the other hand, dogmatism imprints itself. In this population, beliefs are not yet determined. Instead, worldviews are very much growing, with their minds attempting to make sense of any information. Additionally, though adults can lack critical thinking skills as well, this is even more true for adolescents, who often accept anything from any possible role model. Yes, these words leaving my mouth are quite befuddling. Red pill influencers are quite often role models for young people, occasionally to a greater degree than parents, teachers, siblings, actors, athletes, musicians, or any other people who actually are somewhat respectable. This is how the tides have changed from even 10 years ago. The worst part of it all is that, unlike the boomer Donald J. Trump supporting chuds, younger demographics eventually will influence the world. If you have spent time watching this channel, you would know that I am fairly critical towards young people having this degree of access to social media or the internet in general. My reasoning is fairly well summarized by this video. Though this may seem like fear-mongering, the youth of today will eventually be the most powerful demographic, influencing most of the world, spreading their beliefs further down the line. This then afflicts coming generations. What becomes of the earth when homophobia, misogyny, and aggression become the norm? Is it only then safe to say that technology has driven us somewhat mad? Though this may be a massive over-exaggeration, it seems very clear that humanity is going in a fairly bad direction. There are many things that could disintegrate the omnipresent plague of toxic masculinity. One central issue is found in parenting children with the unrestricted internet instead of actually spending time with them. So, moral of the story, actually parent.